Hi Beth, this is Gagliano-Bolyanatz. I wanted to show you what's been going on. This is about my third attempt. I keep moving my finger or releasing it and stopping the video, or else I move the... Anyway, I wanted to show you, this is what happened in September. My niece showed up with this, whatever this is, impeccable worsted 4-ply, who knows, I never knew what it was, yarn. And it was great, and she got me, I have red hair, which I'm not going to show you now because it's in a knotted ponytail, but she got me this beautiful green yarn, and she showed up with this needle, a boy crochet needle, size K. And I said, oh, K for Kathy, and was all excited. And then she brought this for her size H. You know, I'm blurring and I'm not doing so well, so please forgive me. Anyway, so I practiced my chains and my stitches, and I went a little crazy, and I saved this. This is one of those first things that you learn how to make with all the horrible tension, and it's a mess. But I saved it, and while I was also practicing my stitches that I was learning, I made this little, who knows what, ropey thing, and I still don't know how I did it or what happened, but I saved it because it's funny. Anyway, so here's what happened. I decided after I was practicing my stitches, I said, and I'm going to show you, you can laugh if you want, because this is pretty fun, it's pretty ugly. I was practicing single crochet, and actually we went this way, double crochet and half double crochet and la la la, and I made a mess. Let's see if you can see close. Anyway, I was learning tension, and anyway, so then I practiced my trebles, and I really liked that stitch. That came out here on the flap of the purse. I'm sorry, this is a terrible video. I'm holding the camera in one hand, and then I thought I was so clever, and I made this little button loop thingamajigger here, and inside the purse I put a little thing to hang keys on. I was just so darn proud of myself. And actually it's stitched together. It's horrible, look at it, but it was the very first thing I made. And I made this long handle thinking I was actually going to go out in public with it, but instead, wait, I'm going to stand up, and my house is a mess. It's Christmas. I've got decorations and stuff everywhere. Anyway, I'm not ready to blah blah blah. So anyway, so what I did is I now throw all my junk in here. So, oh, and then I made, this is going to be a pocket. This is going to be a pocket to cover the ugly spots and have an outside pocket. Then when I ran out of yarn, and I had ordered yarn from the fabric store, but it hadn't arrived yet, so I found kitchen twine. Let me zoom in here. This is kitchen twine. This is supposed to be a flower. I'm going to stitch it up a little bit more like this. Anyway, this is just plain cotton kitchen twine because I didn't want to forget what I was learning and not practice while I was waiting for my yarn to arrive. So there's that. So the very first thing I made that was a real thing is this scarf for my husband. I got some Bernat, or however you say it, satin yarn in a pretty green color, and you like the dog hair on there? We have dogs. Anyway, so I made him this really long, it's really, really long, and I haven't finished putting the fringe on it, but I made this scarf for him, and he loves it because I wanted to make him something. So in the meantime, I think this is half double crochet or single, I don't even remember what I did here. Anyway, the next thing I thought I would do is, then I'm working, after my yarn came, I'm working on scarves for Christmas for my sister-in-law. This, I used some of that fun fur, what is that stuff called? I have different brands. I have Bernat, and I also have the Lion Fun Fur. So anyway, and this is just a treble stitch to make it go fast, and I'm not done yet. Here's the end of one side. I don't know if you can see this very well, but I'm using shimmer yarn. You can see little sparklies in there maybe, if I'm lucky. And the fun fur, so it's not quite done. I've got my little tail hanging off of here so I remember which side where I started. I hope the camera's going all over the place, and you can't see, looks like you can't really see this beautiful, how thick and fluffy and red. It's not as pretty as the red scarf that you made with the diagonals. But then, and I'm also, see, I keep everything in plastic bags. Look at this. See my Ziploc bags with my yarn and my fun fur. This way, they don't get dog fur, and then I tuck the needle in that I was working with, and and then I don't have to remember. So I had the blue needle, whatever size that is, my K. Okay, then this is what I started working on for my two nieces. They like the green. They both like spring green. So I'm starting, it's almost the same pattern, a little different, because with hers, I don't know if you can see this very well. It's different colored fun fur. This is a different, anyway. And the shimmer yarn, I did not put the fun fur all the way through in between the stitches, in the treble stitches like I did for my sister-in-law. So if you look, this is just the treble stitches, but on my sister-in-law's, she's in Chicago and it's a little colder. I ran the, I actually sewed, I wonder if you can see it if I stitched a line of the fun fur in between. Oh well, I don't know what you can see and what you can't, but it makes the whole thing a lot fluffier and furrier. So I have two of those started. See, I told you I was like you with my projects. One for, where's the other one for my niece? I should have two of these. Oh, the other one's probably in the other room. Anyway, and then for Thanksgiving, for my mother-in-law, what I did is I took the kitchen twine. I'm sliding over here to the dining table where everything's a mess. Sorry. I used the kitchen twine to, I learned how to do circles. Now, this isn't great because look at the depth, look at that huge thing. I thought I'd make a big, huge center thing to give it weight, and